level higher. This is the standard that he has set.
And a podium finish last week in the opener at Slinger.
In a different race car, but nonetheless, here comes Levan Vandergeest in a different race car. Last year's Rookie of the Year runner-up in the number 23. Levan's got a lot of experience, including in the Midwest Truck Series. Another driver ran through the Midwest Truck Series on his way to running NASCAR trucks is now with Kurt Keene.
Derek Kraus down here. Derek went out for qualifying. They were just talking about Ty Majeski, a podium last week. You and him are getting after it, being old roommates. That was kind of interesting, but how's the car today? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, the car today was pretty good. It feels good to beat the 21 car for sure. Qualifying in there, but we got a 200-lap race, so we'll see what we can do in the race and just try to finish the thing off.
There you have it. Last week he took fourth at Slinger, looking to get a podium here at Madison.
Yeah, they did not have pleasant words after the race. A little bumper tag at the end. It was a rough finish for third and fourth, and the 21 car that ties in today was a car that Derek Kraus drove last year in a couple of races, really finished strongly.
And yes, you did hear Kurt Keene right. They were roommates at one time. When Derek went down south to run the Truck Series, he roomed with Ty Majeski.
Number 25, Jeff Storm, has qualified in his car. 8th of the 12 cars that qualified. His wife Tammy's here today. Great to see Tammy here.
Awesome.
Working through surviving breast cancer. Great to see her here in great spirits. She's a little chilly today, but I think we're all a little bit colder than we want to be. But the fans, the hardy Wisconsin fans, have turned out once again here at Madison International Speedway.
Yeah, it's great. From our vantage point, I can see the cars still coming into this facility. It is the opener for Madison International Speedway. Jim alluded to it earlier. Run weekly on Friday nights. Track owners, Greg McCarnes and his wife Angie, also own the series, the ARCA Midwest Tour.
And the first ARCA Midwest Tour race run here at Madison in 2007 was won by the driver we see on the screen, Brandon Hill, in the blue number 34. Brandon's only victory here in the Midwest Tour came at his home track. He has 50 starts in the series. Just one top 5 finish, that victory here. It was a huge win. He had a bunch of people here watching him.
Yeah, it was a huge win. And really, to be fair, kind of an infrequent competitor here the last several years.
Yeah, those 50 starts came around 2006, 2007, 2008, for sure. Carson Kvapil on the racetrack. The same Carson Kvapil that has been tearing it up in Junior Motorsports Cars Late Model Stock Tour. He is racing full-time there, but has come back to the state of Wisconsin, where his father, Travis, won a track championship here at Madison back in 1996.
Yeah, this is the family 35. Just got Travis turning the wrenches, Carson behind the wheel, and Carson is going to be 7th quick. Of course, Carson with sponsorship the last couple of years from Keen Parts and CorvetteParts.net.
Yeah, that's a great relationship they've had, even through their Millbridge days on through. Travis actually raced the Cup car that Archie St. Hilaire had as a team when they ran the Cup stuff. The CorvetteParts.net was a sponsorship on their car. Another driver to watch who was fast in practice yesterday. The number 36, the Marthaler, 36 of Dan Fredrickson. He's qualifying right now. We're talking about the stars of the Midwest Tour. This driver has won a bunch of races. Loves racing here at Madison, too.
And downstairs, we have a developing story, Jim. Kurt Keene, who do you have? What do you have?
We got Casey Johnson down here in the last practice. Something went with the transmission. They're scrambling it. He's sitting in the car. Good thing you're the last car to qualify. You going to be able to make it out there?
Yeah, the guys, they got the new one back in. Just got to button things up here a little bit, and we should be able to go.
Well, you know, the transmission, but they had some help from a race competitor to get you a transmission, I heard.
Oh, yeah. We're one big family out here in the Midwest, so anything we need, you know, we just go to the next trailer, and everybody's more than welcome.
Well, hopefully you can get back out there. Casey Johnson, the crew's working hard. Travis Dawson, the boys, guys.
Thank you, Kurt. Yes, that is certainly a developing story. Casey Johnson, a 2-time series champion, and the driver who won the Howie Letto Classic that was held here at Madison International Speedway last August. So he certainly feels like he can end his day in victory lane. And
he had a mechanical issue last year in the Joe Shear Classic. He could have won that too, as fast as his car was then.
So hopefully, you got the report there, Casey's in the car. So they are scheduled to be the final qualifier if they can make a qualifying lap, and it sounds like they might be able to.
So 44 Mondyke just went. The number 77 of Riley Stenjum is next to go. He's on track. He had some transmission issues at the Dell's Icebreaker. He also did not make the race, the ARCA Midwest Tour opener at Slinger Speedway. So a big turnaround for Riley Stenjum, who finished 10th here in the Howie Little Classic, one of his first times in a super late last August here at Madison.
Jim, I think it's always intriguing to me that race drivers never want to go out early in qualifying, whether it be superstition, whether they think the track is green, or whether they just want to know what they have to post for a time. Nobody ever wants to go out early, but two guys that went out early are 1-2 on the scoring pylon right now. Johnny D, John DeAngelis, and Derek Kraus, first and second, the number 7 and the number 9.
Couple of double digits. The 77 is out here twice. The first one is Riley Stengham. This is 2012 ARCA Midwest Tour champion Jonathan Island. 144th start in the series. He is the all-time starts leader. But what a great guy. What a great family. 5 victories on the circuit. Here comes Jonathan Island out of Minnesota, the trucking family driver. Also father of a expanding operation called Quarter Midgets at Little Elko Speedway.
They're doing a lot of racing. I was talking to...
And they're traveling.
And they are. They went down to Florida to do the racing in the Quarter Midget. That Little Elko Speedway and the Quarter Midgets is producing the Fredrickson family. Yeah. It's producing the Island family. And they're doing some racing, having fun with it.
Jonathan's up to 15th in time. Again, 29 cars, I think it is, are going to qualify for this one. 80. Ryan Farrell, the next car numerically to go, and Ryan had a lot of work this week. Didn't sleep much getting that car back together after the crash in the, it was a heat race, right?
Showdown.
At Slinger? Yeah, showdown qualifying race.
Yeah. So if you joined us last week at Madison, you saw this car without a front nose, with any front body work. Had to replace the radiator there just to make the call for the feature event.
Then they got the car in the feature without the front nose piece on it, and the radiator had another issue. He said it looked like somebody shot a long extension of a ratchet right through the radiator. Had to find one of those. And then he said, we're in the shop working our brains out, but we don't know exactly where the radiator is going to sit because these handmade air boxes are to fit the car and the radiator. So it took a long time for this team to get their car cosmetically back from the dashboard forward.
Brian Sayerkeski on track right now, the number 81. Again, this is a live look-in for you. Madison International Speedway, ARCA Midwest Tour. It is the Joe Shear Classic, presented by Keen Parts and CorvetteParts.net.
Brian Sayerkeski, look at how beautiful this race car is. He needs some sponsor help here. This kid, he's raced Elko and super late models who have now stepped back into a late model as a headliner division. He really impressed me at Oktoberfest last year. The Oktoberfest 200 race weekend had several super late model races, and he really was impressive. Brian raced his way in, raced well in the Dick Trickle 99, a 33-lap segment, 3-segment race. Brian Sayerkeski back in the Midwest Tour action since Oktoberfest. Missed Slinger, but hope to see him some more. And he needs some sponsorship. Help that young driver out of Minnesota.
Right now, the driver third in the qualifying rundown is with our Kurt Keene.
Right now, sitting third in qualifying. We know you get around Wisconsin International Speedway pretty good, but sitting third here at Madison, how are you feeling?
Yeah, it definitely feels good. Struggled all day yesterday, had something break on us. We knew we had a good car, and came back today. Kind of got back to where we started, yesterday, and made a couple tweaks, and yeah, the car feels good. Best we've been here in a long time, so it feels good overall.
Well, he's feeling good, and see if he can get the Joe Shear Classic here today, guys.
Good to see Bobby here. His dad Jeff is here, and I know we're going to call him Jeff Kendall at some point because that's just a great racing family here in Wisconsin. And I'm glad to see Bobby happy at Madison. That's a lot. It takes a lot of work to get really good here. I'm glad to see he's happy now.
The apple didn't fall very far off the tree on that one. He looks like his dad, and he can hustle a race car around this racetrack just like his dad Jeff. Bobby Kendall again third right now in our qualifying order, as this is the 22nd machine to take a qualifying effort. Harley Jankowski in the number 95. Central Wisconsin racer.
This is the car that Skylar Holtzhausen raced last year and the year prior. Great to see Harley getting a chance to race it here. He's raced a bit around everywhere, but getting a great chance at Skylar Holtzhausen's car.
Yeah, and committed to
bought it actually. It's now his.
Right. Yeah. And committed to running the 2022 season here on the ARCA Midwest Tour. They're on our live look-in, bottom of the screen. That is Casey Johnson's number 5 machine. You can see the crew making the final touches, putting the hood pins in. Casey is in the car. Window net is up, so it looks pretty promising for the 5 machine, the 2-time series champion Casey Johnson, and there it pulls away. actually getting a push away. So I guess the first test of this new transmission.
Gotta make sure it rolls in neutral. Tristan Swanson just qualified. We're getting down to it. A few more cars to go, and a couple of people have already replied to the hashtag ARCAMT. Who's going to win the race? Daniel has said Luke Fenhouse. Nathan Appleton says Ty Majeski. Good choices. If you want to chime in,
Yeah.
we're here all day for you. Hashtag ARCAMT on Twitter.
I suppose I can't hop on those two now, can I?
You can.
I can?
You can join the crowd or be your own man or woman and say, I want this driver to win. It's going to be fun all day with you guys. Hashtag ARCAMT for Midwest Tour.
This is a former series champion. He did so in 2018. Comes to us from Verona. It's the 119 car of Dalton Zier. Dalton had a great run, a podium finish here in this Joe Shear Classic 1 year ago. The 119 car, he really came on strong at the end of the 200 lapper. And Dalton Zier is third quick. He told me before, he's not a good qualifier. If he has a good qualifying effort, look out. And he's third quick.
Third fastest. The interval is not that much different. 17.304, fast qualifier Johnny D. Second fastest, Derek Kraus, 17.338. Then comes Zier at 17.391. I'm talking extremely close in time. Average speed 103.5 miles per hour around this big old half mile.
A couple of number twos with us here today. The black number 2 is Michael Bilderback, multi-time Big 8 Series champion. Michael Bilderback going to be 7th quick. The blue number 2 is Gregory Borchardt. Gregory Borchardt was in this event 1 year ago. Soldiered on to a 17th place finish here at Madison International Speedway in the 2021 version of the Joe Shear Classic.
If I recall, he actually had a spin and recovered nicely. He spun off a turn 2 at one point. Came back to post a top 20 finish. And anytime you make the show, much less run well here against the ARCA Midwest Tour teams, you're doing something. On the track now, the number 4 of Luke Fenhouse as Borchardt completes his laps. Let's check in one more time with Corden Pit Road.
Hey, down here with Dan Fredrickson. Right now a top 5, not bad, pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, I would rather have been fast time, but top 5's decent. I mean, a lot of good guys here, and I just didn't drive it quite right. You know, my car was like a 9 out of 10. I didn't probably drive it as fast as I could have. I didn't get a good clean mock run in practice, and I think that hurt me a little bit. I was just a little conservative behind the wheel.
If you were to get fast time, would you have taken that extra money, that extra $3,600?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's $15,000 to win. I think it's probably more financially smart to do what you got to do to try to get that than try to get an extra $3,600 from the back. It's a long ways back. That's a lot of good cars to pass for $3,600.
Well, you're always good here. Best of luck, Dan.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
Well, we got one more car to try to beat John DeAngelis for that Keen Parts Ultimate Challenge he was referring to. The fast qualifier has the option here in a minute to choose whether to start at the back and try to collect that $3,600 additional bonus. Casey Johnson's on the racetrack. He made it out there in the Hogan Farms number 5. If you had a really long range scope, you could see Hogan Farms land from here at this racetrack. A great sponsor of Riley Stenjamin, this number 5 of Casey Johnson. Where's he going to end up here in lap 1, Dean? 9th? Okay. That was it?
That was
9th?
lap 2. Yeah, that was lap 2, 9th quick.
Congrats to the team for getting the car out there. I mean, getting those laps in. As we saw that car getting towed from the back to into the pits on the live look-in. Holy cow, we were worried about that.
Yeah, it was in practice that they had a problem. So they had a very short time window to get that transmission changed.
And drive shaft matching.
Yep. Yeah. Travis Dasso and the boys did a great job there to get that machine fired back up. So it looks like 28 drivers took time. And the driver who went out first, John DeAngelis Jr., lays down a good lap, a 17.304, and he hangs on to have fast time. So Johnny D in the number 7 machine, a driver looking for his first ARCA Midwest Tour win. He's going to have the decision, Jim. Does he want to take the Keen Parts Ultimate Challenge?
He has one benefit. He has a great team already, but they brought in Chris Wimmer to help him this weekend. Last year they had Travis Sauter and Chris Wimmer conspiring on their setups. They've got Chris on the box today, helping their team, strengthening their program. So if they have the confidence, we'll find out at the dice roll if they want to take the ultimate challenge. Keen Parts is throwing a $3,600 bonus at these guys. 16 cars are locked in on time. We know who the first 8 rows will be, but there's an inversion. 9 plus the dice roll, that's all part of the plan. So the fast qualifier, John DeAngelo starts no better than 10th anyway.
Right.
So do you start the 29th, or do you start, the top? He can start as worst as 16th, right? 17th, something like that?
Yeah.
9 plus 6, 15th.
15th.
So if you start,
but it's a lot of laps.
Yeah.
A lot of laps to work your way back up to the front. We're going to have pit stops in the 200 lapper. We're going to have a couple of control cautions if we have too long of a green flag run. So there's plenty of opportunities for John. I'm trying to help him make the decision whether he wants to
Come
take
on, Johnny,
the challenge.
Do it.
Do it, Johnny.
And you know what? We're giving all this information for free right now.
Yep.
It's a free live look-in. We want you to subscribe.
Who doesn't like free, Jim?
MidwestTour.tv. You need to subscribe. At some point, we're going to say thank you for joining us. Come on over. So dial it up now. Subscribe now. You get a lot of great content as well this month. It's going to be a lot of fun having you with us because it's a new month, new day. You get the all month.
in addition to the ARCA Midwest Tour cars here on the schedule, we've got the Midwest trucks. Just shy of 30 Midwest trucks. They put on a great show. And we've got the 602 late models here at Madison International Speedway as part of this show. So you're going to get a full slate of racing action today. And as you said, Jim, we've got other races. You've got, we've had some other things. We've had the Big 8 race last Saturday at the Rockford Speedway. So all sorts of bonuses and perks by joining MidwestTour.tv. Andrew Morrissey.
I was trying to do the quick math on who is not qualified just yet. So qualifying had been held open. No, it's not numerically right, but here's Andrew Morrissey back behind the wheel. 2-time Joe Shear Classic champion.
And we heard him talk to our Kurt Keene. They said Andrew said he had a miss in the car, and that number 39 missing. So hopefully for their sake, they have it sorted out. And you can hear it there.
This is the car that Kurt Tillman tried to make the show with that Slinger last weekend. This car actually was owned by Andrew Morrissey, sold to the Kurt Tillman. This is the car that Andrew raced the most races he's ever raced in a single chassis in his life in. Getting a chance here because Kurt Tillman said, if I can't race it, do you want to race it? Or which race do you want to run my car in? As Andrew's car is still getting built on the jig at his shop about a mile and a half from this racetrack.
Yeah, so 25th, a 17.816 on lap number 1. Lap 2 generally today has been the better, and that is the case. Morrissey goes up to 14th.
Wow.
He will lock himself in. Great news for him. Bad news for Gabe Summers, who was 16th, gets bumped to 17th.
Bumps out Gabe Summers. Let's see, Matt Kenseth. I'm going to go hang out with his friends at a VIP gathering. 15th, he's locked in. The drivers are doing an autograph session here in Dean. You and Kurt, it's your show. It's your free show. I'm going to be back in a little bit.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Jim. Jim will be joining us back in the booth here. He's just going to run downstairs and do a Q&A, MC the Q&A for the Matt Kenseth autograph session. So again, joining us here on this live look-in, glad to have you with us. MidwestTour.tv. As Jim Trado said, my tag team partner, we're going to shut the live look-in off here at some point. So be sure, before we drop that first green flag, to go to MidwestTour.tv, sign up, get yourself signed up, logged in, and you can catch all the action here on the Joe Shear Classic, presented by Keen Parts and CorvetteParts.net. Kicking off the season here at Madison International Speedway. Race number 2 on the ARCA Midwest Tour. On track right now, the 602 late models will qualify group qualifying session for that division. As I said earlier, 3 divisions of machines in action here today. It's of course capped off by the Joe Shear Classic presented by Keen Parts and CorvetteParts.net. The guy who won the Joe Shear Classic 1 year ago, he's not in the pits. He's in the grandstands, Kurt Keene?
Yeah, he's in the grandstand. He won it last year. I thought you were retiring. Now you've been at 3 races already this year. What have you been doing, Rich?
Well, I'm retiring. Not that I was not coming to the race to watch, but I don't know. It's hard to come by watch. I mean, going to Dallas last 2 weeks ago was really tough, but it's gotten a little easier. I just figured I had to come here for Joe, winning it last year and being a Memorial race, and just come here. I just wish the weather would clear up. I mean, this being 50 degrees, I was getting old.
Last year, Luke Fenhouse, you and him went door to door to the end. You won that. You had the 36 on the race car, and it meant a lot to you, the emotions. You finally won a tour race. And who's your pick today? We're doing the hashtag. Who are you picking for this race? Because you're the last winner.
Well, I really don't know. I didn't get here till late. I haven't seen anybody besides qualifying. I don't know about lap 25 who wins. I got a pretty good eye on what's going on, and I just really don't know who's doing what right now. But I just don't think it'll be Matt.
Okay, so he's got a prediction. I think he's got someone he's cheering for, but he'll tell us at lap 25 there, Dean. Dean.
Thank you, Kurt. Good eye, by the way, there, Kurt Keene, spotting Rich Bickle in the grandstands. Bickle capped off his 45-year racing career last year. Hung up the helmet. His last race was last December at the Snowball Derby down in Pensacola, Florida. And last year, chased the trail, the full tour for the ARCA Midwest Tour. Went to victory lane twice, including right here at Madison International Speedway, winning the Joe Shear Classic, presented by Keen Parts and CorvetteParts.net. So Bickles, can't keep him away from the racetrack. He's in the stands. He's going to tell us by about lap 25 who he thinks is going to win. So again, join the crowd. If you want to let us know who your favorite is, use the hashtag ARCAMT, MT as in Midwest Tour, ARCA, hashtag ARCAMT. Let us know who you think is going to win. Let us know who you think. You can do it now, or you can do it at lap 25 like Bickle. And let us know who you think is going to win. Again, show us your scene, show us your layout. Are you in your living room? Are you on your patio? Are you in the grandstands here at Madison International Speedway? Show us where you're watching your race. Let us know what you're doing. Did you take us with on a road trip? Are you watching us on the road somewhere? What are you doing on this Sunday afternoon, May 1st? We are having a great time here at Madison International Speedway. Qualifying continues for the 602 late models. This is a class that is relatively new to the state of Wisconsin. It was started a few years back at Dells Raceway Park. It's the 602 crate motor, really an economical class, and then they spiced it up by putting that radical outlaw body on the cars. Outlaw bodies, if you're from Michigan, I'm not telling you anything you don't know here, that this has been a very popular body style on the late models over across the pond in the state of Michigan, but it was really relatively new here in the state of Wisconsin. Started again at Dells Raceway Park as part of their weekly division. Has kind of branched out a little bit. They're going to join the ARCA Midwest Tour on a couple of occasions. First time here, actually, they're going to do some racing at Slinger Speedway, where we were last week. Going to continue to race at Dells Raceway Park. So it's great to have the 602 late models joining us here today. You will be able to catch all the action for the 602 late models. They're going to have the Diamond Wheel Dash. They are also going to have a 36-lap feature event, which is going to be the second feature on the card. Midwest trucks are going to be first, then the 602 late models, and then we will have the Joe Shear Classic. So a lot of great racing action for you here today. Thank you for joining us on this live look-in, this brisk afternoon here just outside Madison, the state capital of Wisconsin. We're just half a dozen, maybe 10, 12 miles to the east of the state capital. Wisconsin's fastest half mile here, Wisconsin's fastest half mile here, Madison International Speedway. A lot of history here at Madison International Speedway. You heard Jim say that he was going down to do a fan autograph session. Going to MC a fan autograph session with Matt Kenseth. Kenseth on the ballot for NASCAR Hall of Famers. Cut his short track racing teeth right here at Madison International Speedway. Won the 1994 late model championship. We'll see him in action today. Also in the house, the 1996 super late model champion here at Madison International Speedway, Travis Quapple. So this Madison International Speedway, Jason Schuler came out of here. Schuler went on to run some truck races and some Xfinity Series races. Just was really a hotbed of short track racing and continues to be a hotbed of short track racing here, Madison International Speedway. Again, just a few miles to the east of the state capital of Wisconsin, Madison. So glad to have you with us here. Qualifying rolls on. 602 late models. Chase Hunter in the 00 is fastest so far at an 18.904. Alex Hartwig in the 901, graduate of the Bandolero division, is second quick, and Greg Bowers is third quick in his number 12 machine. Group qualifying for the 602 late models as they roll on with another group here. Cars and fans still streaming in to Madison International Speedway. Some hardy souls indeed. But they've been cooped up all winter and they're ready to do some short track racing. And we are glad to have them here at the track. Glad to have you with us. MidwestTour.tv again on this live look-in. Going to shut it off here at some point after qualifying. Going to shut off the live look-in. So again, you're going to want to go to MidwestTour.tv. MidwestTour, all one word, .tv. Sign up, and you can catch all the action here at the Joe Shear Classic, presented by Keen Parts and CorvetteParts.net. ARCA Midwest Tour will also be in action later on in the month of May at Jefferson Speedway. Little third mile bull ring in Jefferson, Wisconsin. The Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. Kick off your extended weekend there at Jefferson Speedway or here on MidwestTour.tv. Stars and cars of the ARCA Midwest Tour will take to Jefferson again the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. We'd love to have you here. MidwestTour.tv. Catch all of the action. Looks like no change atop the leaderboard in qualifying here for the 602 late models. Still Chase Hunter in the 00 car pacing the field. 15 drivers have taken to the track for qualifying. So in just a short bit, we will have opening ceremonies here at Madison International Speedway, in Wisconsin's fastest half mile. As part of the opening ceremonies, ARCA Midwest Tour Fast Qualifier John DeAngelis Jr. will have the decision to make. Does he want to go from the tail end of the field and take the Keen Parts Challenge? And if he can win from the tail end of the field, he'll pocket an extra $3,600, courtesy of our friends from Keen Parts. And unofficially, it looks like qualifying has come to a conclusion for the 602 late models. So we go with our opening ceremonies here, really in about, if we're going to stick to schedule, about 5 or 6 minutes from now. So you don't have a whole lot of time to go to MidwestTour.com, so go ahead and do it now while we have a brief pause. You will see not only the Joe Shear Classic, the 200 laps for the ARCA Midwest Tour, 36 lap feature for the Weir's Machine sponsored feature event for the 602 late models. Midwest truck feature, you'll also get that. You'll have odd and even qualifiers for the ARCA Midwest Tour. So a lot of great racing action, not only here today, but really all season long at MidwestTour.tv. Have one truck, Midwest Series truck. Looks like Eugene Gregorich Jr. He had problems in the final practice session for the trucks. And it looks like his woes continue. Tough break for that youngster and that one truck. It's right about where he came to rest in practice session. You get a good look there on the screen of our new big screen. Owners, track owners, and series owners, the ARCA Midwest Tour. Greg and Angie McCarnes, ponied up. Got the Jumbotron here, or I should say the big screen. Let's say the big screen. Got the big screen, and going to have that at pretty much all of the tour races here in 2022. And if you're in attendance, it gives you a whole nother vantage point, a whole nother set of eyes, a whole nother set of viewing that you can do here while you're in person at the races. This is race number 2 of an 11 race schedule on the 2022 ARCA Midwest Tour schedule. Want to thank again our friends at Keen Parts and CorvetteParts.net. Keen Parts has over 18,000 Corvette parts and accessories in inventory at KeenParts.com. Corvettes, that's all they do. So whether you're looking for a complete interior for your vintage 58 Corvette or a performance accessory for your 09, they'll have the Corvette part that you need and the expertise that you want. And go to KeenParts.com. That's K-E-E-N, KeenParts.com. Not to be confused with our own Kurt Keen, who is, see how I did? He's right down in front of me right now, so I can say that. Roving reporter, pit reporter here with us this afternoon. So opening ceremonies are coming your way next on this live look-in. And we do have some more cars that are going to qualify for the 602 late models. So we stood at 15 strong. It looks like we have 5 more rolling out. Check that, 6 more rolling out. So a great field of cars for the 602 late models. We had the safety vehicle that needed to go 10 to the 1 truck, and then we also had the ambulance that had to go back to the pit area. So that was the reason there for that little bit of a pause in qualifying for the 602 late models. Group qualifying again for the 602 late models and the Midwest Truck Series. Looking there at the number 67 machine, 602 late model. Again, 6 cars on track here in this group session.
So our vantage point, Dean, is above turn 1. We are at the track. We're not sitting in somebody's basement
No,
somewhere.
no.
Although it's pretty cool to do that. We see Mrs. Fenhouse, Lori. That's Luke's mom. Oh, it's down here. It's right here.
No, they're all walking down there.
Well, I don't know if they're going the right way. This is supposed to be where they're supposed to be. We're actually watching the autograph session line up, and the drivers are walking the other way.
It's the top 16.
Where'd you point them, Dean? I think they were looking for you for direction. I think it's right underneath us.
Yeah, they thought we knew something.
Well, you pointed them down yonder. Now they're going to go down. And
now everybody's walking down that way.
They're going to say hi to Matt Kenseth fan club, who just had enjoyed a nice question and answer session. So I asked Matt Kenseth because he has a fan club. He has had a fan club for years, run by his sister Kelly. Now that he's not racing, there's an opportunity at certain points where the fans can actually partake in a VIP ticket package here at Madison. And I just got a chance to stop on over there and talk to the group that bought that ticket upgrade to get a chance to talk to Matt, now getting an autograph from him. And I asked him about racing in Warren, Wisconsin. He said, you got to take that up with the boss, my wife. That's my takeaway from the little session we had over there.
So Matt Kenseth just finished with a couple weeks ago the Boston Marathon.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
So he ran the Boston Marathon on Monday, April, 15th? That's around the same time. They do it every year.
Yeah, right around tax
He had to qualify.
Yep.
He said, my qualifying time was 9 minutes slower than what I actually ran in the Boston Marathon. So the Boston Marathon is 26 miles. And
26.2.
26 miles and 385 yards, yes. So I'm being exact because Matt busted my chops. So I host a racing roundup show. We have Matt on promoting this event. And I said, hey, Matt, congrats. It was the day after he ran the marathon. I said, congrats, you ran the marathon in 3 hours, 1 minute, and 44 seconds. He said, hang on, Jim. You shorted me on time. It was 3 hours, 1 minute, and 40 seconds, not 44. I said, oh, you're right. So he busted me open on that. But in reality, he ran the second half of the marathon faster than he ran the first by a whole 2 minutes.
Finishing strong. That's what you want to do.
He just said, I think I could have finished stronger. I had more left in me when I got to the finish line. I could have maybe picked up the pace a little bit. Yeah, crazy good.
Yep, that's it's interesting that just because he retires from full-time series racing action, it's not like the competitive juices stopped flowing, right?
So because I had the microphone and no one else could ask a question because there's only a little bit of time, I asked him that question. I said, hey, he's actually picked up the most competitive sport he possibly can do of human endurance, but think how much money he's saving to put in the kids' soccer teams and the horse riding lessons and seeing his grandkids in Pensacola where his son Ross lives. He said, yeah, it doesn't cost as much as racing, but man, it costs a lot of time. And he spent 16 weeks training for that marathon. And he might do another one out of the country as long as his wife goes and wants to go with him.
Mm-hmm.
Who's also run. His wife, Katie, actually ran a marathon with him in Berlin, Germany a couple years ago.
If you've ever been to a Midwest Tour race, you know that the fans have access to the drivers. The top 16 drivers come and do a brief autograph session. On the screens right there is Derek Kraus, and he is downstairs right now signing some autograph for fans. Justin Mondyke on the left side of the screen is signing there. Dan Fredrickson is signing some autographs, so it's great to see the interaction. Austin Nason, the interaction that the fans have and the access that the fans have to these ARCA Midwest Tour drivers is really pretty darn cool. Getting some great shots there. Michael Bilderback also down there. Ryan Farrell is down there.
You mean newlywed Michael Bilderback?
Yes, one and the same.
His wife Kristen is here. It's great to see that. He's a happily married man, and that's what he did in the offseason. And he went racing right away. Rockford Speedway, Slinger Speedway last weekend. Oh, they're sitting at picnic tables, so they're bringing out the Sloppy Joes? That's kind of cool. This is a really great setting.
I'm Ryan's Radiator Emporium here pretty soon. So.
Kurt Keene, what do you got? You're down in the autograph session. Who do you got?
Well, we got Michael Bilderback, like you were just saying, newlywed. They were just talking in the off season. You got married and back to racing, honeymoon quick. You made it top 16. It's got to be cool.
Yeah. The honeymoon was at the racetrack the next week at the Dells Raceway Park, but we I think we put it 8th here today. We finished this car yesterday or Friday night. It's a new Fury, used but new to us Fury car, and my guys worked their butts off. We obviously it's a learning curve for all of us, and we got some great supporters that gave us a piece that's able to compete with these guys here. So to put it in the show and then to put it in the top 10 is pretty amazing.
Absolutely. Like you said, you get the car together, but you had the honeymoon at the racetrack. I think you had the bachelor party at the Snowball Derby. I was on the same airplane with you. So, hey, that's what us racing people do, right?
Yeah, that's what the bachelor party was down there, and that's what started this whole deal, this new car. So, you know, if everything works out right, we got some good supporters that might bring us down to the Derby this year. So, hopefully we get some good runs and just want to come out here clean and get a notebook started because, like I said, we don't have one yet. So, hopefully we can get one today.
Well, he got some good notes. He's in the show, so.
This will be his 35th Midwest Tour race, but he's really known for his prowess on a late model. The Big 8 Series is really tough, and we see Casey Johnson racing that for that championship. Micah Bilderback has won 4 Big 8 championships of his own, and he's a very accomplished racer at just 30 years of age.
Yeah, and really his last tour start was almost 2 years ago. Came at Dells Raceway Park back in 2020. So Michael Bilderback doing racing, and as you said, Jim, really more known for his late model racing, but a great qualifying effort today.
We're dropping more information on the free side, aren't we?
We are.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is your live look-in. We want you to be part of it. We don't want you to miss a lap of the action. There's great racing with 3 divisions yet to come. Opening ceremonies in a few minutes, and in just a little while, we're going to step away from the free look-in. So please go to MidwestTour.tv and sign in to catch every lap of the Joe Shear Classic. The Joe Shear Classic 36 is the amount of laps that a Midwest Truck Series is going to run. The Midwest Tour has a 200-lap race ahead of it, and the the 602 Outlaw late models are here in force as well. So great racing on hand. Please join us shortly. We'll be stepping away from the free live look-in to MidwestTour.tv.
Kurt Keene is at the picnic table, ready to have one of those sloppy joes or talk to Ryan Farrell. I'm not sure.
Yeah, mac and cheese too.
Yeah, it's a little windy here, but Ryan Farrell's 16th in time. Last time we talked to you, you had a tore-up race car, and then you got it back out with a clip. You just got this thing done kind of like Michael last night.
Oh, man. It was, all week long. We were out there every night. Made it back, so that's all you can ask for, right?
You're in a better mood now.
Yeah, we made the show. We got 10 laps of practice. A lot of guys were here yesterday, and so I'll humble brag that. We made the show with 10 laps of practice, so there you go. So
I guess that's all you need, but 200 laps, I think you got a good piece. Bickle said by lap 25 he'll know who's going to win the race.
If he said that, he's probably right. I would take his advice on this. I don't know, asking for me, I don't even know what we got yet. It had decent speed for not being really down on the track. A lot of the first part of practice you spend dialing in the gears or dialing in the heights and the loads, and we were nowhere near that, and we made the show, so there's room for improvement, that's for sure.
Well, best of luck. I know you'll be working hard, my friend.
Hey, thank you much. I'd like to thank Adams Towing and Tyrrell's Race Engines and all the guys that helped me out. They killed it this week, and can't thank them enough. So, and congrats to Mikey on the wedding.
Yeah, there you have it. Congrats.
Justin Kane, the crew chief without sleep with that number 80 team.
And they hit the nail on the head. They're going to work harder than anybody in the pit area. He is just that whole bunch. Ryan Farrell, the driver, Justin Kane, the crew chief. They are just hardworking. They work on the car in the garage of the house that Ryan Farrell lives in Big Bend, and they're just hard-working guys. He's an engineer by trade, and so obviously very smart. But for the longest time, been one of the hardest-working guys in the pit area.
Fast qualifiers are rolling trackside now. The ageless wonder, Tom Carlson, in the Outlaw late models. He was fastest at the Dells Icebreaker. That was not a Midwest Tour point show, but you saw it here on MidwestTour.tv as part of our bonus coverage. A lot of great races in the Midwest already happening. And the number 7 of John DeAngelis Jr. coming to the front stretch as the fast qualifier for the Joe Shear Classic. He will have the chance to roll the die. He will also have the chance to say yes or no to a Keen Parts Ultimate Challenge of $3,600 bonus. If he was able to start at the rear, that's Object 1. Object 2, to get the cash, the additional bonus, start at the back of the race and win. So that's 3 things he has to accomplish in this quick decision. I said there's 2, there's 3. Say yes or no, start at the back and win it. Then he gets the bonus. I never was good at math. So the cars are rolling trackside. That means the opening ceremonies are moments away.
And it's easy for us. It's easy for us to say, yeah, take the money, Johnny. Take the challenge. And right below us is a driver who carries the Keen Parts, carries the CorvetteParts.net colors. all the way from North Carolina back up to his mom and dad's home state of Wisconsin. Carson Quapple downstairs with Kurt Keene.
Hey, Carson, down here. Your dad got around here pretty good at Madison International. Dean was just telling us you've been doing some racing, I think, with that Luke Fenhouse kid. It's great to be back here in the Midwest, I bet.
Yeah, it's really fun coming up here, seeing all the family and all the awesome supporters of racing up here, and all the guys that run up here. They're all really clean, and I love racing with them. They're old school racers, just like we are, and I hope we can get her a little closer today, and hopefully go for the win.
Absolutely. You got Dad working on the car. You got the family here. It's a family reunion right now.
Oh yeah. He's crew chief in the car right now. I think he's probably changing the right front shock. We're trying to get some speed, a little bit of turn. Other than that, though, it's awesome to have the whole family out here and all the guys helping us out.
Well, best of luck, Carson Quapple. He's got all kinds of fans down here, guys. Get his autograph, Dean.
Carson Quapple back to Madison since he ran the full schedule of the Midwest Tour in 2019. Now he's racing for Junior Motorsports in their elite, I call it elite because it's the best ride in late model stocks in the Cars Late Model Tour. He is the driver that is to replace Josh Berry in that effort, and he has done extremely well. He and his younger brother Caden actually split the same car. They both won this year already on the Cars Tour. Caden, his younger brother, races against Luke Fenhouse in the Cars Pro Late Model Tour, where they both are 1 and 2 in the points right now. Caden's got to win, Luke doesn't, but it's a lot of cool things going on. And Caden's here as well, and he's getting a chance to race their family car down there, while Carson gets to race with Junior Motorsports and work there full-time and come up here and play in the family late model, super late model for the first time in a while.
Here at the Joe Shear Classic, Caden, though, is a pit crew member.
Yep.
We were down there when Dad said, hey, go to the tire shed and go help Filer out.
But you can understand this, Dean, as you grew up in a race car garage. Your dad was the racer, but for Caden, he's working on his own car when he can. And Carson was racing a family car until he got the Junior Motorsports opportunity. So Caden only got to race like 6 times last year. He's excited that Carson has got a chance with Junior Motorsports, and he's in the garage just working on his stuff, and he gets to race the full Cars Pro Late Model Tour, where he currently is the point leader. It's great to see the family. Quapple was a champ here from Janesville, just down the road, right down I-90, where they grew up and have since now moved to North Carolina since Travis started his NASCAR career. Shortly before winning, Travis won the 2003 NASCAR Truck Series Championship.
And Jim, opening ceremonies have begun. We're going to turn things over downstairs to Eric Henefeld, Midwest Tour PA.
8+ whatever Tom Carlson rolls. Throw it up the hill, see if it rolls back. There we go. Look out! Well, took out Doug Ornicle. 6. And Tom Carlson says words we can't repeat on the microphone. I voted for Tom Carlson, your quick qualifier to 602s. He's going to put on a show. All right, ARCA Midwest Tour, quick qualifying, quickest in practice, quickest in qualifying, a lap of 17.304. Driver of the 7 car, how about it for John DeAngelis Jr.? Yes, sirree. Fast lap, fast all day, man.
Yeah, we were a little worried yesterday. We weren't that as quick, and we went to the hotel last night, did some homework, and I think we figured something out.
I think you did too. I mean, quickest, we were in the 4s in practice, and we were kind of talking up there, can they get to track record range? And I mean, came out right away. That's tall order, come out right away and then have to wait through everybody else, right?
Yeah, for sure. I was a little worried waiting that long. There's a lot of good cars here today, and got Chris Wimmer, crew chief, and I asked him afterwards, I said, how mad would you have been if I broke your own record? He said he wasn't.
All right, now, we're going to roll the dice here with our quick qualifier. Flip the invert here. It'll be 9 plus whatever Johnny rolls. It is a 2. Who wants to see the fast number 7 start at the back of this thing and pass them all and win today? The pressure's on. What says you, Johnny D?
I've had some bad qualifying runs in previous races and started in the back, worked my way to the front, but I think I'm going to pass on the challenge today and try and go for that for sure $15,000.
Good luck on that, man.
Thank you.
John DeAngelis Jr., quick qualifier for the ARCA Midwest Tour. He turns down the ultimate challenge, but he'll start in 11th for the 200-lap race. Get the photographs here. The paparazzi will gather, and we'll move along with our opening ceremonies in a matter of seconds.
So the pole winner the fast qualifier never starts on the pole, and Johnny D is going to start 11th and go from there. It's a 200-lap race. We talked about the distance, but in reality, he knows how stiff the competition
Good
is.
thing they didn't ask us.
Yeah, we just said yeah.
We just said
fan
heck
vote.
yeah.
Fan vote. Don't need no hashtag ArcMT for that. Absolutely. Great effort by those guys. And yes, his crew chief Travis Sauter is the current track record holder in super late models here at Madison International Speedway. Andrew Morrissey holds the all-time record.
Chris Wimmer. Chris Wimmer
does?
His crew chief.
Oh, that's right. Travis's last year. I'm sorry.
Yep. Chris Wimmer helping him out this weekend.
That's right. That's right. Andrew Morrissey has the late model.
Ladies and
track
gentlemen,
record.
at this time, we ask you all to please rise. If you're out in the parking lot or in the concourse here, we ask you to please stop where you're at. We also ask you to please remove your hats at this time. Before we go any further on this Sunday afternoon, our invocation with Pastor Todd Christofferson.
That those that believe in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ will be saved. Father, I pray that's what each and every person here understands and knows. Father, we come before you today and we ask for your safety over the drivers, the crews, those that work for the track, Lord, the series, also the fans, and give us a great day of racing. In Jesus' holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Todd. At this time, I'd like to take a moment of silence as we remember and recognize our friends whom we lost over the off-season, who are no longer with us today, whether on the track, in the pits, or in the stands. A brief moment of silence and remembrance. Thank you. At this time, presenting the nation's colors, Wisconsin Vietnam Veterans Chapter 3 from New Glarus, Wisconsin. Please join us now for the performance of our national anthem, sung today by Paula Johnson.
Oh, say, can you perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And just like that, we are ready to go here at Wisconsin's fastest half mile, Madison International Speedway. We're glad you're along today, wherever you may be. If you're watching on Midwest Tour TV, we welcome you in. Those of you that came here in subpar weather conditions, we thank you. It's time to open the season. Are you ready to go racing? All right, let's get them fired up and go race it here today. Our quick qualifiers will get the engine started. John DeAngelis Jr., your super late model quick qualifier for the ARCA Midwest Tour. Bryce Miller, quick time for the Midwest Trucks. Tom Carlson, the quick qualifier for the 602 cars. We're ready to go. They'll fire the engines. We'll send it upstairs. Matt Votty is there. He'll tell you more about our first races of the day. The Midwest Trucks will race first, and everything else that's happening out and about here today. Matt.
Thank you, Eric, and thank you, race fans, for joining us here this afternoon. We're going to get underway. Heat races, the pit crew.
That's Matt Votty and Eric Henefeld working the microphone here every Friday night. Eric travels with the ARCA Midwest Tour as well.
Fast qualifiers there, Jim. Sorry about that. The 3 divisions that you speak of.
Bryce Miller in the middle there in that number 11 truck. He's been fast this year. Last year he raced to a victory. The year prior was his rookie year. He beat James Swan at Wisconsin International Raceway, winning the Dixieland Delight at Kaukauna. Great to see those 3 drivers representing their 3 divisions racing here today. Bryce has also got a 602 Outlaw late model, so he's double dipping today as that youngster makes his way in. The Columbus, Wisconsin driver makes his way into doing more opportunities with more teams, getting a lot more laps.
We saw him in action at Kaukauna, Wisconsin International Raceway, here on MidwestTour.tv.
And he won that race in 2020.
Yeah.
The Dixieland Delight, which was really impressive. Last year, James Swan's in every truck race for the victory. But James Lynch put a great race on, past Brad Miller late in that one at Kaukauna this past August. We're going back there on a Tuesday night. Check out the schedule, MidwestTour.racing. We want to see it one of these races. Now we have the speed screen in the infield. You can we're taking the biggest Jumbotron or biggest flat screen. The biggest flat screen you can find. Won't fit in your living room unless you live where Denny Hamlin does, where he has a basketball court in the backyard.
No, it's not fitting in my living room.
Actually, he's got race cars in his living room, doesn't he? A couple of Daytona 500 winners.
So this is the Joe Shear Classic presented by Keen Parts and CorvetteParts.net. We are MidwestTour.tv. My name is Dean Strom. My tag team partner here up in the booth is Jim Trado. Kurt Keene is in the pit area and down trackside. MidwestTour.tv is your online home, your streaming home for the ARCA Midwest Tour. And Jim, we have this live free look in here, but we're going to be shutting her down in just a couple of minutes.
You said had, time's ticking. The hourglass has a hole in it. The bottom part where all the sand's running out. You're running out of time, people. Join us, please, at MidwestTour.tv so you don't miss a lap of the action. We're not going to live tweet you, but if you want to tweet with us, tweet your seat, where you're watching the race from, what's happening in the shop while you're getting ready for your race season. Use the hashtag ARCAMT, and we'd like to welcome you in and chat with us during the broadcast as well, using Twitter and the hashtag ARCAMT. Who's your pick to win? What do you think of that pass on lap 17? We want to get your input. We're going to interact with you guys.
What do we got so far? We had a Luke Fenhouse.
Yep.
And we had a
Ty Majeski.
Yep. Anybody else on it? Anybody else predicting?
Somebody now chimed in.
Uh-oh.
JD7. That'd be John DeAngelis Jr. Add that one to the list.
All right. Excellent. Johnny D looking for his first career ARCA Midwest Tour win. He just had here earlier today his first career fast qualifying effort in the ARCA Midwest Tour. So John DeAngelis Jr. certainly a stout machine and a stout number 7 here today. On track right now, the first of our Midwest Truck Series heats. You get that as part of our Midwest Tour.tv action. You get the trucks, you get 602 late models, and you get the ARC Midwest Tour. This is the first heat race for the trucks.
And the engines in these, the sealed engines, 604 crates, the same that are 602s, excuse me. The 602 outlaw late model is the same engine, but they race differently, and it really gives you a great differentiation. In this traveling series, I'm telling you, 25, 35 trucks per race.
And they look cool.
Yeah, and they race well, and 5-star stock car bodies here in Wisconsin made a special nose for them, and that's being marketed across the nation now as this series has really grown. And great to see Danny Darnell in that orange and black number 85. Kenny Justin in the 47. These guys have been around a long time. They want to race in this series. They love the schedule. And then you see a youngster like the number 27 of Dylan Schwanbeck coming out of Legends. He's still racing Legends cars, but Dylan going and buying Philip Wusthoff's number 23 truck from last year to get his way forward and racing stock cars full time in a big body. And he's got Jason Hack helping him here today. Great to see those guys making the jump. A lot of drivers getting interest here. And Lil Sarge there in the black number 11, he's been a pick on Twitter as well. So we'll see how that team does. This is just a heat race. They got a 36-lap feature as well. Should we go to the track, PA? They can tell us more about what's going on?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's do it.
Darnell and G, we're underway. Darnell off the racetrack, down in 1, hits the bump up the hill, the top lane gonna roll by. Schwanbeck and Sargent pull through, single file they go, as G will be your leader on lap number 1. Sargent taking a peek to the inside of Schwanbeck for second off of 4. He'll pull even with him down the front straightaway. Darnell off the pace in the 85. Sargent through to second, gonna open the door for Schwanbeck, right back underneath him for second. Battle for fourth taking place behind these guys. Sargent will hold him off and now try to run down G. 3 in, 5 to go in our opening heat race for the Midwest Truck Series. Sargent closing in 2-3 truck lengths down in turns 3 and 4. Tom G in the 29, your early leader. He's got some company now with Randy Sargent in the 11. Sargent closes to the back tailgate. 2 to go. About a half a truck off of him. G taking a really low entry down into 1. He'll wash up the hill, open the door for Sargent. Sargent going to take a peek underneath him off a 2. Can't quite get the run. He'll have to tuck back in line. G again going to throw a little block on him. Sargent going to give him a little tap. Sargent to the inside of G. He'll take the lead away from him down in 1. G going to try to hang on the right rear. He'll able to stay up top. Down into 3 and 4, final time. Sargent sends it in deep. He'll clear the 29 of G. Off of 4, your winner will be the 11 of Randy Sargent. G gonna run second. Schwanbeck and Braceth closing the gap there, 3rd and 4th to finish things out. Kenny Justin will round out your top 5. Picking up the win, the XL Contracting Wheelwood Disc Brakes, Hammerhead Construction and Remodeling, Neighbors Bar and Grill, Baja, Boundaries Bar and Grill, Pro Shocks number 11. How about a nice round of applause for Randy Sargent.
So Lil Sarge, Randy Sargent, has won the first Midwest Truck Series heat race, and you now have won your last chance to be told this is a free look-in. Dean, you be the hammer dropper. What's going on?
We're going to cut off the free look-in.
All right, here we go.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for looking in for free. Please go to MidwestTour.tv, log in, sign up, and you can catch all of the action, the remaining action here at Madison International Speedway.